They say that New York City is dead. On this series of live videos, I've been showing you New York City real. No edits, no choosing the camera at a specific place, no choosing a specific time to show you New York City more emptier than usual. So for these live videos, I want you to be the judge whether New York City is dead or not. Let's walk around from Chelsea, New York, all the way through the High Line to see some of New York City's most beautiful areas. And right now, it's September 2020, and New York City is still undergoing a global pandemic. It's the same thing is happening all around the world. New York City is not alone. It's there with London, Rome, Paris, Milan, Buenos Aires, Tokyo, Taipei, Jakarta, Mexico City, etc. Let's walk around and see how New York City is. No edits, no picking a specific time, 6 p.m. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm Ariel, and you're watching Urbanist. Cynthia, I am sitting in FIT's campus, the campus of Fashion Institute of Technology. So let me put on my mask and let's start walking around. So I am in the Fashion Institute of Technology. I love sitting college campuses. It's a great way to kind of have a nice sit outdoors, relax. And I was sitting right there. Hey Helen, nice to see you here. Hello Kay, hello Alan. Hello everyone, nice to see you here. Stacia, I'm doing well. Chakra says another lovely evening with you. Well, I have all a surprise for all of you. We're doing another walk. I did this recently, but mostly talked about history. Today we're gonna go back onto the High Line and experience it a little bit more calmer, a little bit more relaxed. You know, when I do my history videos, they tend to be very planned, and the point is to tell you the history of so-and-so place. However, on these wandering videos, we have the opportunity to kind of take it slower. I don't have a limit of 1 hour like I usually keep my history videos at. Here, we can take our sweet, sweet time. Paula says my intros are getting better and better. Thank you for what you're doing for New York. My pleasure. Thank you so much for that compliment, Paula. I'm glad you enjoyed the intro. It was spontaneous, it was off the top of my head. Though, I think these series of videos are really helping people kind of realize things aren't that bad. Sure, something might happen in the future, something might not, whatever. But right now, at this very moment in time, things are not that bad as certain news outlets are making them out to be. However, since this is a live video, I'd let you be the judge. I'll be live for at least 2 hours, so you'll be seeing New York City 2 hours without edits. Me walking around at 6 p.m. It's nearly 6:30. So we gotta actually make our way to the High Line a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna speed up because I have tickets for 6:30. And yeah, you do have to make reservations for 6:30. Jackie, thank you so much for the stars. Sammy, welcome. Sammy, are you from Finland? Just wondering because I went to Finland. There was a lot of Samis. Anna, hello. Joey, you just finished the treadmill in Carroll Gardens with me. Thank you for the workout. Joey, I'm glad. Wow, you were really going hardcore with those workouts. I am really happy to hear that. Keep at it, man. Glad you're on the Urbanist workout plan. All right, let's cross the street. What's the weather here? It was extremely, extremely humid, and now it's clearing up. So it was a very kind of dull day today. However, now the sun's out. I was so tempted to go up on the edge, which is the new outdoor observation deck, not observatory. However, it was such a dull day, just even 30 minutes ago, that I was hesitant to get a ticket and go up there and show it to all of you. However, it appears that it's going to be sunny these upcoming few days, so I might go to it and show you the observation deck from the edge soon. Beverly, love the Highline. Thanks for taking us live. My pleasure. I'll be taking you to the Highline right now. If anyone can let me know, what's the time currently? My secondary phone is in my backpack, so just to not stop, let me know what's the time currently. Fruit vendors, you see them all around New York. Here's some high-rise apartments. Jose, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate that. Some streets are closed. 624. Ooh. I got a 630. I think it's like a 10-minute flexibility. I think we'll be okay. We're only 10 blocks away. Can we do 10 blocks in 10 minutes? Find out next on Urbanist. Thank you, everyone, for keeping time. B. Griffin, I'm keeping you busy. Well, I'm glad keeping you entertained and busy. I hope it's constructive. Street blocks or avenue blocks? We have 10 street blocks. Avenue blocks would be very hard to do in 10 minutes.
No.
Yeah, avenues are a little bit bigger. And here we're in Chelsea, so the blocks are a little bit shorter than above 34th Street. So pardon me if right now at this moment I'm going a little bit faster. I put my e-shoes on, my electronic shoes. It's an inside joke. A lot of people think I'm riding a bike, but I'm not. I'm just walking. These are real shoes. They're not actually electronic shoes. Kay says I could do 10 blocks in 10 minutes. No problem. Oh, yeah. King. You're the king for giving me £2 on Super Chat. Thank you. So here's Dallas Barbecue. One of my top recommendations for pina coladas and having copious amounts of barbecue food. Very good quality and very good prices. Really great place. Here's a bit noisy, but yeah, what can you do? If you want a little bit quieter Dallas barbecue, go to the one in the East Village. But yeah, Dallas barbecue. It's full right now. 2.5 blocks equals an avenue. Thank you for the conversion. Thank you. James, welcome. I average about 55 seconds per street in Manhattan. Oh, B, that is quite impressive. Yeah, I think it's doable. So right now, I just passed 23rd, and look how close 22nd is. Look how close. However, there is a caveat. It's 10 streets and 2 avenues. Dun, dun, dun. I gotta get like a sound effect for that. Is there like a soundboard? And if you're watching for the first time and kind of wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about? Well, I usually cover history, but I also do these bonus videos where we're just chatting, kind of hanging out with a friend who just knows a lot of history. So feel free to ask me anything about New York City travel or food. Happy to answer you. Otherwise, we're just chilling, as they say in the US. Here's one of my most interesting supermarkets, Foragers. Pretty expensive, but they have some unique goods. Ooh. Here's one of my favorite coffee shops, Café Flor, because of their location. They're also a florist right across the street with the red neon sign. But it looks like almost as pretty outside as well. So on 21st Street and 8th Avenue. Mural ahead. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't show it, but time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. Only the weatherman knows which way the wind blows. Diana, you love my tours. Cafe Flor. Flor, like a flower. Flor in Italian. Flor. Flor. Look, it's nothing particularly special about the coffee, just the setting. It's a nice setting. I like sometimes to make a differentiation. There's places that have great coffee, but not necessarily the most, unique setting. And there's places that have beautiful settings, but not always the best, most unique coffee. And there's the rare place that are both. Cafecito, ya, un poco de cafecito. Y tú también en español puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa que tú quieres. De Nueva York, de viaje, de comida. If you're in Spanish, you can also ask me questions. Bear Burger, there in the corner. Hey, you're near where I'm at. Cool, man. You're enjoying this area in New York City? Let me know. Do they roast their own beans? No. That's why I mentioned that they are not exceptional on coffee, but they have a nice setting. Omar, thank you for the question. Saludos, Allen de Ciudad de México. Gracias por mirando. Though they do something special where they have beans that are Colombian. Here we starting to see the trendy restaurants. So we're walking along 9th Avenue and in Chelsea. And in the neighborhood of Chelsea, you see these more trendy restaurants. This is Lulu and Jungle Bird. Also, there's a lot of bars, like over here. We have Cooper's. They're known for their $1 fish tacos on Tuesdays. So lots of restaurants here. This is kind of a nice restaurant neighborhood. However, if you are here, please give my friends at the Gelateria, Lolino, some business. Not just because they're my friends, but also because they sell some of the best gelato you'll ever have. The guy who makes the gelato, I feature him in the video. He truly loves his craft. So check him out. And look, here's Seymour's. This is also a very trendy neighborhood. 6:30 now. Oh, we got 10 minutes, everyone. Let's go. Do people actually live in the buildings above the businesses? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Whether it is a place one would want to live, I don't know. I wouldn't personally, but let me know in the comments. Would you live in the building above a business? Let me know. I've been to the High Line more times. Oh, cool, Jose. Yeah. Tappity tap, says B. Griffin. Yeah, tappity tap. Shared street. No traffic. Let's cross it. I want to cross the middle of the street. We gotta go down one avenue anyway. Cynthia says, hurry. Guys, you gotta press that heart button. Give me your support as I'm speed walking through the city streets of New York, trying to get there on time. We're zigzagging. Should we cut through the park? Should we cut through the park? Press that like button if you're on YouTube. Okay, we're cutting through the park. Emiliano, you wouldn't live above a restaurant because it would be forever have roaches. Yeah, you do run at the risk. If not pests, you do run at the risk of smell as well. Ooh, we're very close, everyone. You're clicking. Ooh, no. Oh, no. It's the mic. Some shirt, this particular shirt I'm wearing, the mic doesn't cling onto the shirt too tightly, so it starts hitting the button. So please let me know if you ever hear clicking. I think it should be go away right now. You're almost there. So, luckily in the High Line I can sit down after the speed walk. So, you're almost there, says Anna. Yes, I am. Look at these beautiful buildings. One of my friends here in New York City, he used to be the CEO. He's the founder of Museum Hack, which is a tour company that does museum tours for people who don't like museums. And his philosophy, I love it, of going to a museum for the first time, he recommends to just do a speed walk as fast as you can through the entire museum. And as you're going through a speed walk, you kind of just note what you want to see. Because you're like, oh, that's an interesting Easter Island head. That's an interesting Renaissance painting. Oh, that's an interesting depiction of hell during Renaissance times. Whatever. You end up seeing whatever image. And then he sits down. He recommends sitting down at the cafe, have a coffee, have a drink, and plan your route of the things you want to see. And that's how you can optimally experience a museum. And they do that in their tours, Museum Hack. I've done a few videos a long time ago, it was almost 3 years ago at this point, of their tours, and absolutely love how they do that. I've started doing that in the cities. And whenever I go to a new place, a new neighborhood, just kind of speed walking through, and you kind of get a sense of what you want to see or not. Because sometimes it's very easy to kind of just walk around and slug around and feel exhausted by the end of it. Are you going to the High Line? Yes, you need a ticket, Esco. My ticket's for 6:30, and it's already 6:35. So, as Toilet Brush says, hey, I'm walking here. Yeah. Here's Tal. Do I know a good book on Ellis Island? No good books as far as the top of my head. I haven't read any books on Ellis Island, though I'm sure there are a bunch. If anyone else has a recommendation for an Ellis Island book, let us know in the comments. I'll read it back. Though there is the New York documentary by Rick Burns, and the first episode or two, I think the second episode, talks a lot about Ellis Island. So check out New York, a documentary by Rick Burns. You'll probably find it in some streaming service in your local area. It's a great documentary, very in-depth about New York. You need a ticket for the High Line. Well, Jackie, it's because of the pandemic. They're limiting capacity to the High Line. They don't want so many people to come in. B, do I know about Forgotten New York? Yes. I've never met Kevin. I haven't been on his tours. Though Kevin's Forgotten New York blog is one of my top resources. B. Griffin, one of my top resources. Especially currently, recently, because I've been doing videos of very kind of smaller things in New York. You know, I've done more than 1,000 videos, so I usually have covered many big things, a lot of the general history. But now I'm covering more kind of the little secret facts. So the Starbucks Reserve Roastery has outdoor seating. Look at that, outdoor seating.
I started doing the math in my head about
Hey, I'm moving to Miami, says Emiliano, to New York in December. I'm wondering if it's a good decision. Stay tuned to, I usually won't recommend to watch the news, but I would say be alert a little bit during the election. Who knows what's going to happen during the election? I would say New York will probably be much better to visit after January. Right now at this moment is okay if you're nearby and you want to pay a visit. Though I would be cautious in November during the election. I don't talk about politics, but just in general, it's kind of a little bit wary. Shocking to see how bad the roads are. Yeah, they are in many of these areas. They are, unfortunately. I'd like to know your opinion of Starbucks. I love it. Not in New York City, because there's so much options for great coffee in New York that you don't ever have to go to a Starbucks. Regardless if you like your coffee sugary and filled with a bunch of milk, or if you want your coffee black, countless options that are better than Starbucks here in New York City. However, for me, especially when I travel to new places, especially traveling in North America, Starbucks is kind of like a good safety place. You know it's there, you know you're gonna get Wi-Fi. Generally, you know there's gonna be a bathroom, and you can sit down for a while. And anywhere I've traveled, whenever I really need to sit down quickly, I'm new to a place, and I just had a very long flight, or I kind of had a long side trip, I like going to the Starbucks and just know that it's there. It's a good place to go. So that's my opinion of Starbucks. It's a great place if you're traveling and you want to chill out. But know that in certain cities, like New York, London, Paris, Rome, well, maybe Rome is a little bit more complicated, but those three cities, you will find great coffee shops that don't need to be a Starbucks. There's great coffee shops all around. Some other cities might be a little bit tricky. You know, if you go to like a Philadelphia, there's a few great coffee shops, but you'll be hard pressed to find some great coffee shops in certain neighborhoods. That's my take. Here is the Meatpacking District. We're getting like a speed tour through all these. Let me know, what's your opinion on Starbucks? It's also a safety net for a good breakfast if you are in certain parts of the US. You know, New York is not really representative of what you would find in other parts of the US, especially with food. New York is way ahead, in my opinion, from quality food. There's a few other cities that might compete, maybe like LA or San Francisco, or maybe Portland, Oregon. But over here, you'll find great food everywhere. Every corner, you'll find something good enough, definitely. Other cities like London are the same. However, when you go to other smaller cities around the US, maybe Philadelphia, Boston, even Las Vegas, you sometimes will be hard pressed to find a good, easy bite, especially for breakfast, and Starbucks is always a good option. Ladies and gentlemen, the High Line, the Standard Hotel. Uh-oh. Connection is unstable. Okay, I hope connection doesn't go. Okay. Yes. Whew. Connection was unstable there for a second. Hopefully things will. Yeah. Sure.
Have you been here since we reopened?
I have, yeah.
Oh, how do I spell your name?
Arielvi.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you've been here, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Then you're all set.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yes, I can't wait to see it. It's open until 30th Street?
Not yet. 23rd.
No.
We're open to Saturday on Saturday.
On Saturday. Okay, cool. Have a good day. Whoa. Whew. I have arrived. Oh, look at that. Oh. Whew. Is everyone seeing me? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me now? if you're in the US and remember that Verizon commercial. Pardon the panting. It was quite a fast walk. I'm gonna sit down a little bit further down. So let's get a good view. Oh, we have made it, everyone. And hella fun. So if you enjoyed that speed walk, let me know. I'll show you more of the views. Welcome to the High Line. We basically have it to ourselves. It's a gorgeous place to go. You gotta reserve online. It's free, easy. I reserved it just shortly before going live, so don't worry about it getting full or anything. Probably won't. So welcome to the golden hour High Line. Wow. So the Standard Hotel, I think if you watched my videos before, you already know the game that people play here. Elisa, yes, I will be up. I will be live 1 p.m. on 9/11, doing the 9/11 memorial. Yes, yes. And September 7th, early in the morning, like 11 a.m., I will be doing a special broadcast for Urbanist Day. It's Urbanist Day on September 7th. It's the anniversary Urbanist started. And yeah, Bernard, I will be doing the Edge soon. I'm not entirely sure when, but I'm aiming to potentially do it on the sunset. Wow. So we came in a very interesting day because it is kind of misty. Oh, look at that. The green dots are for social distancing. That's New Jersey in the distance. That's the Weehawken train terminal. Train station. It's very historic. Maybe one day I'll visit it. I think it's time. I might need to do a Jersey City live. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I agree. So I might have missed a few questions as I was speed walking, so feel free to ask again. Smog, I don't think that's smog. I think, yes, there might be some smog, but I think it's just a very humid day, so it's been very misty. Are all three sections of the High Line open? Yes. No, they're not. Only until 23rd Street. So we don't have a huge section of the High Line open. It was going to rain earlier, but nothing happened. I think it's going to be sunny for the rest of the night. So we're right under the Standard. Now, I talked all about the history of the Standard 2 weeks ago, of all the architecture of the High Line. So feel free to check out that video if you want to really learn more of the history of this place. Today we're just enjoying ourselves. Standard Hotel is the very unique piece of architecture because it was built on top of the High Line. And it's one of the very few buildings that are modern that are on top of the High Line. Okay, I'm gonna grab a seat. Take a swig of water. So yeah. That was a great walk 2 weeks ago. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, if you want to learn more about the Standard, you'll learn more information. It's a cool hotel. Has an interesting nightclub on top called LeBain. Great views of the city. Christine, thank you so much for the stars. Is this the High Line, like a streetcar? No, the High Line was for railroads, freight rail, not passenger, freight. And it serviced a lot of the manufacturing center around here. It's the Iceberg Hotel. Oh, you'll be seeing this soon. It's not a hotel, it's an office. Are you required to wear a mask? Yes, you are, Don. Here, there are people, part of Friends of the High Line will ask you to keep your mask on, even if you're not surrounded by anyone. They're very strict about that here. And it's understandable. The green dots are for social distancing, so I don't think they had an issue with anything needed to be social distancing, but just in case it ever gets full with people, they're just putting it as an indicator that that's 6 feet distance. What was your experience studying at the University of New York? Persevere. My degree. Ooh, look at these. Oh wow, I never noticed these up close. I study electrical engineering in the city of New York, City University of New York, or City College of New York, part of the City University of New York. So CCNY, and I enjoyed it. I study a whole lot. It was my experience since it was engineering. It's such an intense degree. In my first year or two, there was a lot of hanging out with friends, but after that, it was 10 or so hours of studying every single day. It was quite intense degree, quite intense journey. Yeah, we basically have the High Line to ourselves, Logan. On normal days, would you be surrounded by crowds? Oh yes, right here it would be surrounded by crowds if you come here during the summertime. Right now we're in September, so things would be going down normally in tourism. But if you were here in August, on a normal day, like today, it's already getting sunny, packed to the brim. Literally packed to the brim. Before 8 p.m., packed to the brim. Way too many people. At night is when it gets calmer or earlier in the day. And I've done videos before. You'll see sometimes it's a line of people. There's people, it's like when you have a bunch of cattle going into the ranch, it feels like that. It feels like a bunch of cattle. It got used to too full before. What parts of Canada I've been to? On Urbanist, I've only been to Montreal. Personally, before I ever started making videos, I've been to Ottawa, Quebec City, Niagara Falls, and basically that's it. A lot of the hotel's rooms are empty as well. How do you find yourself from engineering to filmmaking? I've always wanted to make films. Ever since the age of 5, I wrote in a little book that my mom used to take, kind of capture all different memories year after year. I wrote in that little book at 5 years old that I wanted to be I wrote a movie star. But what I meant is that I also wanted to make movies. And I kind of went into engineering because I wanted to stay to a safe degree. And also, I enjoy technology. I love technology. If you could tell from my videos, I embrace new technology. Live video is one. Right now, you see these HD live streams. I really do love my technology. Beyond that, I always loved cities. And when I was little, I used to play a lot of these games where it would be like city building games. Sim City. I would play Roller Coaster Tycoon and Railroad Tycoon. Logan says, don't look too close at the standard. Oh, I know, Logan. I know. I used to be in love with these city building games. I used to play with Legos a lot. So I love cities. So I always wanted to do something. To be honest, I've always wanted to build cities. So I study engineering because of that. And also, one of my favorite filmmakers, who I look up to the most, James Cameron, director of Titanic and Avatar, studied engineering for a year. I think he didn't continue his degree, but he studied for like a year, physics/engineering. His brother's an engineer, and he had a deep interest in engineering, and that's partly why I went to engineering. So, yeah, filmmaking is my top thing. Maybe one day I'll do something in terms of cities. Did you start by making home videos of my family? No, not really. I picked up a camera a lot later in life. I picked up a camera around 21 years old, is when I bought a point and shoot where I could shoot video. And I shot a lot of home videos of me and my friends hanging out. It was at 27 years old where I started making videos seriously. This is the view of 14th Street. Let's zoom in. Let me know, what is your life passion? Let me know in the comments. Sometimes, if it's a very clear day, you can see all the way up to the East River. The trees are kind of blocking it now. Now New York City's planting a lot more trees, which is good. Bernardo, we'll excuse Cameron for Piranha 2. Well, Bernardo, that was his first movie. And he got it because he was like a technician on Roger Corman's sets. And Roger Corman just let him direct the movie, which is amazing. I wish I had an opportunity like that. So what I recommend, New York City hop on and hop off bus, says Persevere. Yes, if you're in the city for the first time, I actually wouldn't recommend to hop off. I would recommend take a hop on those big bus tours. There's a few other companies. City Sightseeing is another one. Stay on for the full ride. Why? Because you'll get to see the city, especially the touristy city, the things that you'll see as a tourist. You'll get to see it all in one go. In the course of 2 or 3 hours, you'll see it all in one go. And it's a very unique opportunity to really orientate yourself in the city. That's why I recommend it. I do it every time I cover a new city. You've seen me do the big bus tour in Rome. I did it in Naples. I did it in Paris. I did it in a few other cities. Highly recommend it. I love yoga and nutrition. Oh, cool, Persevere. Can you access Simon Lay sculpture on the High Line this time? Let me know. It's on 30th and 10th Avenue. Oh, no, fortunately, Bernard, we can't see it. It's closed currently. I wish I could show it to you, but only up to 23rd Street. Or good barbecue restaurants. In my opinion, Dallas Barbecue is the top barbecue restaurant. I love it. A lot of people love it. Virgil's Barbecue is a close second. Mighty Quinn's, if you want more kind of more casual. It's not a restaurant, it's more casual food. Really great barbecue as well. In New York, no theaters are open. No. Only outdoor gyms, yeah. James Cameron has taken a solo trip down the Marianas Trench a few times. Yes, he has. How high are we off the ground? 3 stories. So it's very deceptive. They did a really good job at kind of hiding the height when you climb the stairs. 3 stories. Blue Smoke. I like Blue Smoke, Marguerite. Yeah, good recommendation. It's a bit expensive for barbecue, in my opinion. There's better value in some other restaurants, but Blue Smoke has jazz, which is good. Okay, let me sit down. Oh. Okay, everyone. I could use a nice small break before we continue walking. Feel free to ask me anything. Am I going for coffee? No, it's a bit too late for coffee right now. I usually don't drink coffee beyond 5 p.m. If I'm exploring a city, maybe sometimes 6 p.m. But beyond that, it's a bit too late. And have you ever noticed the rooms under the Brooklyn Bridge? Yeah, I haven't talked about it. Though under the Brooklyn Bridge, they have wine cellars. Excuse me. Two elevators are open at the entrance and the exit. The reason they're opening it at certain positions is to make it easier, more accessible for people to hop on and hop off the High Line. So if you are mobilely impaired for whatever reason, you will have an elevator. It's a very accessible park. Enjoy the sun view. Yeah, I do too. Beautiful lighting. And you can put your feet up. Yeah, you can, which is amazing. I absolutely love it. These patio chairs are so well designed. And just watch the video about making of the Titanic. It's a really impressive movie. And I intend, not even aspire at this point, I intend to make a epic sci-fi film at some point. So you'll be seeing someday. You'll be going to a theater. Hopefully they still exist. Or you'll be going to Netflix and seeing a film by Ariel Vera. And I'll keep walking soon. This is a wander, so we're just taking our time. There's no rush. I like blues, folk, gospel, jazz, and rock music and other things. Dwayne. Awesome, Dwayne, yeah. Lots of Blue Smoke is one of those venues that has a lot of that stuff. Have you ever noticed I already read that. Have you ever been to Bob Dylan's first apartment? Yeah, I've pointed it out before. Long time ago. I did a very interesting video with a man who does tours specifically about the music history of Greenwich Village. Really cool. Search Greenwich Village Urbanist Greenwich Village music, and I think you'll be able to find it. And we do visit Bob Dylan's first apartment, or at least from the outside. And do you know if it's really expensive to study filmmaking? It is. I think it is. I've already made a few short films. I've made many music videos and dance videos. I've worked professionally as a freelance filmmaker for companies, for corporations, and for artists. I did it all self-taught. I have 0 degree in film. But I learned my film theory off YouTube. You can learn everything about film on YouTube. If you're dedicated enough, you can basically get a film degree off watching YouTube videos. Sometimes I talk to my friends who have studied film formally in college, and they tell me that I know more film theory than they do, which is always a nice compliment. But the reason is because I just do a lot of studying. I proposed to my wife in Washington Square Park 4 years ago. Thank you for providing this wonderful content. My pleasure, Campo. And I love the clouds with the blue skies. Me too. You'll get to see more soon. Please hope that theaters still exist. I'm the manager and projectionist for Kew Gardens. Justine, yeah, you are. Also awesome. I wish I would have followed through the guy you connected me with, Cobble Hill Cinema. I didn't manage to follow through with him, but now knowing that theaters are in a very precarious position, the moment they open, please reach out back to me. I would love to cover Kew Gardens or Cobble Hill again. I haven't actually covered it, but I would love to show it inside, behind the scenes tour, to give them my support. So please reach out to me the moment the theaters are open again. And hello, Ivy. And Jacqueline says, way to go. My brother is a screenplay writer, and another relative of mine is an actor. Oh, cool, Dwayne. That's awesome. Let me know if has he made anything interesting. Will you please tour Park Slope? Search Urbanist Park Slope. I've done many videos about Park Slope. Great question, Daisy. And hello, Ivy. Nice to see you here. And what's the next walk? Soon, the next walk will be on Saturday, 1 p.m. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be seeing a live video with Action Kid. Around 5:30 p.m. Stay tuned, 5:30 p.m. Okay, let's continue walking. Feel free to ask me anything about history, food, culture, or travel in New York. Does the High Line close? Yeah, at 8 p.m. right now. It closes. But we can literally linger. I think they won't kick you out within reason. Daisy, thank you so much for the stars. Dwayne, where did my ancestors come from? My ancestors hail from Puerto Rico, the lands of Puerto Rico, yeah. All my family. Jackie, do I have an all-time favorite sci-fi film? Great question. My all-time favorite sci-fi film is... Oh, yeah. You know, the Fountain, it's kind of sci-fi. The great thing I love about The Fountain, I know I mentioned this many times, is they combine history and sci-fi together. But beyond that, I love... V for Vendetta is almost a sci-fi film. The original Matrix is just a classic. Yeah, there's many others. Cynthia, thank you so much for the super chat. All your super chats go to showing you more places like this in New York City and beyond. The green dots, they're kind of just showing social distancing. You see the little island park? Yeah, you do there in the distance. Let's zoom in. Right there is Island Park. It's the new park on the waterfront. Hola Natalia, bienvenidos al Highline. Gracias por mirando. Espero que todo está bien. Y pueden preguntarme cualquier cosa, como siempre. Manny's also Puerto Rican. James, of course, you're also Puerto Rican. So many Puerto Ricans tuning in. Are you excited by the new film by Denis Villeneuve? So again, I want to preface to everyone, I do cover history on my other videos. So if you want to learn more about history, I have a bunch of other videos. Though here I'm happy to have more of a casual chat. I'm very excited for Denis Villeneuve's Dune. I really loved Arrival. Really blown away by Arrival. It's probably one of the best twists in any sci-fi film that I've ever seen. So yeah, let me know what you think. I would love a sci-fi film in New York. I haven't seen any sci-fi films in New York. Of course, there's the Avengers films. They're kind of sci-fi. Here is the Sky Bridge. It's an iconic photo at this point. A lot of people take photos here. A lot of Instagrammers, I always see them here. But today, we have it all to ourselves. Cloverfield is a great sci-fi film. Yes, Jackie. Spectacular Evening. It really is. Huepa Puerto Rico. Oh, bienvenidos, Diana. Gracias por mirando. You mentioned the movie Cloverfield. Jackie, I'm glad you watched it. Cynthia, you're Puerto Rican as well. Your mom is. She's one of the true Jibaros. 2001: A Space Odyssey is a great sci-fi film. Oh, I agree, Dwayne. One of the best movies ever made. I also love Eyes Wide Shut, also by Stanley Kubrick. So is this the Chelsea Market? It is. It is. It is. So this is the Chelsea Market with a lot of people outdoor dining right over here. A car. They had their sunroof on, so we could so easily chuck something. Here is probably one of the prettiest places at night. It's still pretty daylight, but if you come here at night, this is beautifully lit. It has a nice kind of purplish glow, which you still kind of see right now. This is such a unique opportunity. It's so rare to get a selfie up here. Literally, it's always packed with people. Yeah, so a really unique spot for a selfie. There we go. Maybe this will be the screenshot. Wait, I gotta look shocked. There we go. Maybe that'll make a good thumbnail for this video. Let me know, what's your favorite sci-fi film? A lot of people are saying Love I Was Shut too, says Marguerite. Cool. Justine loves Alien. Alien's such a classic film. I love number 1. Great film. I also love Aliens versus Predator. It's kind of a much more cheesier film, but so much fun. Fifth Element, definitely one of the best films ever made. Cynthia says LOL. Persevere says LOL. It's funny, usually most YouTubers, especially when they make travel videos, they always have like that kind of shocked expression, I think, in order to get more attention. It works, people get intrigued. Okay, another water break. How many miles do I walk per day, Jose? I walk a whole lot. I walk about 10 miles per day. So a whole lot of miles. A lot of miles. Can anyone make a mask with a zip? That'd be so nice. Wait, fog-proof. Fog-proof. There we go. Have I done tour Puerto Rico? Yes, last year. All those videos are on Facebook. Click the videos tab and click Puerto Rico. It's all a playlist. I covered at Yunque and talked about Chupacabra. I covered at Morro and talked about the mysterious white bride. I also covered the history of Viejo San Juan. So I've done really cool stuff in Puerto Rico. I can't wait to go back. So a new construction is here. I'm not entirely sure what's being built inside of here. Persevere. I have one brother, and he loves my videos. And I hope maybe one day you can see him on a live video. He lives in Florida, so maybe one day I'll cover Florida and you'll see another family member. Do I like Gloria Estefan? She's amazing. She's wonderful. My bladder would be screaming right now. Oh yeah, Donna, I can imagine. There are bathrooms on the High Line, so it is good. Jackie has to go with classic 2001. Ivy loves AI. "10 minutes past midnight. Catch up in the morning." Oh, okay, have a good night. Feel better. Dwayne, you saw Carlos Santana 5 times live. He is a genius. He is a genius. I love his music. I love all of Santana's music, especially their original 4 albums. Cara Vencerá is probably one of the best albums ever made. Dawn, yeah, it is a very nice spot. This is a very romantic spot. I would say this is one of my top 5 recommendations for date spots if you're in New York City with a romantic interest or a significant other. John says, Tom and Sarah Funk walked through the Highline last week and it was a lot more crowded. Oh, they did? Yeah, I can imagine a lot more people are coming in now. I even have Carlos Santana's guitar pick. Oh, you do? What town is my family from Puerto Rico from? They are from Guaynabo y Manatí, or where are they mostly from? Though I do have family literally all around the island. Mayagüez, I have family in Cupey, Rio Piedras. I myself was born in Rio Piedras. So all around. Which spot that is that I did Chelsea a few years ago, Caitlin? How long is the Highline total? 1.45 miles long. So it's not that long of a walk. James, you're in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, cool, you are. Bernardo, thank you so much for the update. 68 on YouTube. Oh, welcome all the YouTubers. And 87 on Facebook. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want me to point the camera in any direction, feel free. For these videos, we're flexible. We're letting the wind be our back. Persevere. Am I single? Yes, I am. One of my cousins lives in the Grand Cayman Islands. He's an accountant. Oh, Dwayne, you must be getting a lot of business. Grand Cayman Islands, great place to be an accountant. Jose, your family's from San Juan? Oh, amazing. A lot of people. Diana, you're from Aguadilla. Love the Highline, says Laura. Oh, I'm so glad I could show you. So we just passed by it, but here's another bathroom. There's a bathroom at the entrance. There's a bathroom here. And that's it. So there's only 2 bathrooms right now in the Highline. Do you plan on visiting the Edge? Yes, I do. So there we see in the distance the Edge. I was about to go today. I thought it was going to be cloudy night, but I will be there soon. Stay tuned. David, oh, we think alike. Glad. I know that's a concern for a lot of people. Where are my masks from? Persevere Faith ask. From @smart_glamour. Glamour with a U. Smart Glamour. She's on Instagram. She makes custom masks. Bunch of different designs. Highly recommend going. And tell her that I sent her. She was featured in my fashion documentary. Great independent designer based in Queens. Give her support. Independent fashion is going through tough straits right now due to the pandemic. So we are at 10th Avenue right now, right above it, and we're gonna see cars pass right underneath us. It's one of the most unique parts of the Highline. It's like an amphitheater for the street. I like the brownstone buildings they have in New York. Me too. I like the assortment of seating options. Me too. Jackie, me too. It's beautiful. Here, B Bar has a great video of the Edge grand opening. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Yeah, John. Great recommendation. Coolest place ever. Yes, I agree. What happens at 8 p.m.? Do they shoo you off? No, they don't. They allow people to kind of finish. I think you can within reason. I think if you're here an hour, they might start shooting you off, but they won't immediately do that at 8 p.m. Right there's one of my top recommendations for pizza in this area, Artichoke Pizza. Really great stuffed pizza. Wish it was there before I left in 1986, says Jackie. Yeah, New York has done a whole lot to improve on many of its different features. Lots of new parks, lots of new wondrous things. So we see people there in the edge. Those people taking photos of the High Line, they're taking photos of us. All 100-something of us. Dwayne, I'm scared of heights. I don't know if I can go to the edge. Yeah, if you're scared of heights, the edge probably would be the scariest one because they have a huge glass floor. If you're scared of heights, my top recommendation to feel a little bit safer is, I would say most likely the One World Trade Center. But if that scares you just because of the location, then try Top of the Rock. In Top of the Rock, you have a lot more opportunity to be indoors, and there's also a lot of ample seating. So you can sit down, relax. And also the building is kind of just bigger and more bulkier, so you'll feel a little bit, I think, a little bit more steady. So, yeah. Ariel, you are so sincere. Someone would not say, too much sincere. Some people wouldn't say nothing of their private life. I'm a little bit shocked. Here in my territory, people are so close-minded. You have so much knowledge. My pleasure, Elisa. Yeah, I think we just gotta enjoy life. Why be so private all the time? There are things within reason, of course. It's good to build trust. Trust is a two-way street. But I think with certain topics it's much easier to just be more open. I think it will lead to much deeper relationships, deeper friendships, deeper connections, even if it's just a connection with the person for a mere few minutes. I was earlier today, I went to have some tacos at an amazing place called Taco Dumbo. And one of the waitresses just came up and asked me how was I doing, how was the food. And we just started chatting. And I told her about growing up in Jackson Heights, and I found out that she was growing up in Jackson Heights, and we just had this awesome 10-minute conversation. Just because it was very open. Sometimes you gotta, I think, open up a little bit to have these very unique chance encounters with people. That's my own personal advice for trying out travel in a different way. Let me know what you think. So I'm really taking my time because this is beautiful and we're nearing the end. So I'm a little bit I don't think we're so close to the end. So let's walk a little bit further. Kind of just take our time. Cynthia, you fear heights. If you were to go into the edge, you would make a scene. It's so many millionaires in New York. There's a lot of millionaires. I don't know how many. There's a lot of them. Probably way more than most other cities in the US. It probably has among the highest concentration of millionaires in the world. Though, whether they're staying in New York, I assume a lot of them are not currently here. They're probably staying in much better places. If I were a millionaire, I would be in New York because I like making videos. But if I weren't making videos, I would honestly go to a more tropical location in the U.S. Following rules. So, yeah. I don't know if anyone knows that exact number of how many millionaires there are in New York City. Let us know. Here the building's lights are turning on. Oh, this is nice. Oh, look at that. Here are the Thomas Heatherwick apartments. I went for an interview for a job of Santa Claus once. I found the pay wasn't good, but the time off was fantastic. Cool, station. All you know is that you have to be a millionaire to buy any sort of property in the city. Yeah, unfortunately, it's quickly becoming the case. Let's zoom in on this mural over here. This is another mural by Cobra, the Brazilian muralist. Many other murals around here in Chelsea. We passed by another one of his. It's the one of Einstein. He did the one of Mount Rushmore with Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, Frida Kahlo, and Basquiat. Noelle found the number. She says there's 380,000 millionaires in New York. Whoa. I did not realize it was that many. That's quite a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, what building is this? Name that building. The very tall one, the very spiky one in the back. Name that building. Louis Rossman does a channel of real estate. Yes, he does. He does, yeah. The Empire State Building. That is correct, everyone. The Empire State Building. Let me show it to you one more time. You got it correct. B. Griffin. Hearts to you. This is the Empire State Building. Lionel, it looks a lot like the Chrysler, but the Chrysler is a bit harder to see from the High Line. But this is indeed the Empire State Building. Jose, Dustin, you're correct. Forbes lists New York City with the most amount of billionaires at 92. Whoa, that's quite a lot. All right, let's continue walking. Sure, you're very right. It's all easier. People like the formula of what you see is what you get. Fantastic personality. Don't change, says Elisa. Oh, I'm glad, Elisa. Monica, thank you so much for the stars, Monica. I appreciate it. I need glasses, says Lionel. I hope you end up getting glasses, Lionel. So, I don't think that many people have moved in here yet. So let's take a look at the apartment. Will you live in this apartment? Literally right in the same eye level as the High Line? Let me know. Will you live in this apartment? It looks kind of small. Why does it look so small? That's a small kitchen for a high-end apartment. Monica says, thank you so much for bringing your beautiful city to us and for your great delivery of knowledge. My pleasure, Monica. Thank you. And here is the Iceberg building. Surprisingly, we did not get a better viewpoint. Maybe we'll get it later. I think it might be because of the scaffolding. But yeah. Oh, let me zoom in. It's the Iceberg building. It's the ICE building. Not to be confused with the ICE that kidnaps immigrants. Yes, with curtains. Have you passed the Standard Hotel? Is everyone behaving themselves in there tonight? They are, Dustin. We did not see. Trust me, I looked up a few times and nothing. No hanky-panky in the Standard Hotel. The rent is $1,000 or more by month. No, Jose. Go a little bit higher. They're not quite $1,000 a month. They'll be much higher. Do you think New York City is a city of scaffolding, says Jose? Yeah, it pretty much is. There's scaffolding everywhere, all the time. I would live in Central Park Tower if I were a billionaire, says Noel. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, that is a beautiful tower. It is gorgeous. If you have, imagine just waking up above the clouds on certain days. I think that'd just be mind-blowing. So Cynthia said you would live there, but you have to cover the entire windows with plants. I feel you. What is the Iceberg building? The Iceberg building is an office building for a group of companies. One of them is OkCupid. It's the Match group. Match.com group of companies. So they own Tinder, OkCupid. They own a few other companies. Cynthia on Instagram, smart_glamour on Instagram specifically. You can also find her on Facebook. If anyone can put the link, please let me know. A station that has quite a that's a can of worms, as they would say in the U.S. It's a can of worms. I won't repeat that question. Jackie says, I know it all. Well, no, I don't, Jackie. I know nothing. I know nothing, Jackie. You're watching a show where I know nothing. I just happen to know a little bit of history, a little bit of a few other topics. But there is so much out there to know. It is impossible to know everything. We both know all, and we both know nothing. And this one's even closer to the High Line. Don says, wow, again. Yeah, Don, I am live. It looks good, the Hudson Yards. It does. It looks really cool from this distance. Deb, so many things to see here. You know a lot about nothing. That's a good way of putting it. You know, all this beauty, and I haven't shown you a lot of the flora yet. The city is quiet. Oh, it is, at least in this area. Not that many people visit the High Line. We're taking a sweet time because we're very close to the exit. So if you want me to take my sweet time, if you all of you want us to take our sweet time to do this live stream, let me know in the comments. Leave official Urbanist orange heart emoji in the comments. Have I been to the Sci-Fi apartment building? No, I don't even know where that is, Dwayne. I've been to the Friends one, and I've been to the Sex and the City one. So let me know where that is. Oh, these apartments are nice. Oh, I like the look of these ones. Wow, these ones are nice. I can tell. Like, I can't really see so much inside, but they look nice. Ooh, we're getting a lot of orange hearts. It looks like an art gallery. It does. It does. It has a similar look, but they're apartments, but it has the look of an art gallery. Monica says, no rush. Take your sweet time. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we just gotta take our sweet time. This is called slow TV. It's a concept that started not during YouTube. I definitely wasn't the first one. This concept of slow TV actually started more than 20 years ago with a TV network in Norway. They just attached a camera to the front of a passenger railroad train that went through the north-south of Norway, and they put it on live TV, and I think a record like 6 million people saw it. It was insane. And then Japanese TV network. I think they're called NHK. I forgot the name of the show, if anyone can remind me. This show just walks around and they kind of just show you a city. Very slowly, just walk around and they show different cities around the world. Similar to what I do. I go a little bit more in depth in history, but very interesting to see this kind of evolution of entertainment. Why orange, Jackie? Well, Jackie, the Urbanist brand, the Urbanist colors are orange. Hence, the official Urbanist emoji is the orange heart. Do nice and green. How does it smell today? I'm far away from a lot of people, so I'm gonna take off my mask for a few seconds. It smells good. It smells like the Hudson River. It has a slight smell of rain. You know that smell after a rainy day? It smells like that. Even though it didn't rain, but it was so humid. That's why you have that smell. And it smells beautiful. So dots so people know where to walk. Yeah. And it's Somewhere Street. Yes, it's Somewhere Street. That's the name of the show. Hey, Ran, you saw my collab at Here Be Bar and you now love what I do.
That's fucking dope. What?
Ooh, can we see the... We can see the Empire State Building. Oh, look at that. Welcome to the new people watching on YouTube. We have a lot of new people. Facebook as well. If you're watching for the first time, let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel. The tallest building in Edmonton is over 60 stories tall. Oh yeah, it is. Oh wow, that's awesome. That is impressive for Edmonton. Am I planning to go to the Edge? Yes, soon. I will announce it the morning of when I go. So stay tuned. I'll announce it both on YouTube and on Facebook. Calvin, welcome. Nice to see you here. Oh, I just can't get enough of that Empire State Building. Look how beautiful it is on this light. And right there in front we have the seminary that was converted. There's the seminary in the back, and this area was a nunnery converted into a hotel. And here they have a really great cocktail bar and restaurant. Logan, you're watching from Dallas, Texas. Welcome, Logan. The intersection of Jackson and 21st Street in NYC allows you to see the WTC and the ESB at the same time with the streets as sightlines. Oh, interesting, B. Griffin. That is very interesting. I will look into that. Thank you for letting me know. 81 on YouTube. Whoa, I'm getting more people watching on YouTube now. Interesting. Welcome, everyone. Look at plane. Who wants to be in that plane right now? If you can be on the plane right now, where would you be going? Where would you be going? I'm getting bitten a lot by mosquitoes right now. Oof. Okay, everyone, I'm getting rampantly bitten by mosquitoes. So be sure to bring some mosquito repellent if you come here during sunset. Let's walk up here. I'll show you cool views. Barbara, you're watching from Prague. Welcome, Barbara. Here's a parking lot. One of the rare few remaining parking lots in New York City. I would go to Nashville, Memphis, Macon, and then Miami, says Dwayne. Persevere, you would go to, you say, how does Chicago compare to NYC? Chicago, in certain areas, has a similar vibe, though New York City is much larger. Chicago is a smaller city. I'll be going to New York, says Casey. Oh yeah. Barbara says you'll be going to Prague. Jose says he will be going to Little Spain restaurant. Nathaniel, hey, watching from Cedar Rapids. Oh, from Iowa. Welcome. Lionel, hello. Station, you've been to New York City 4 times, and this is the most I haven't seen. Thanks, Ariel, for showing us the beauty of New York. My next visit will be much different. Oh, I'm so glad. Calvin, thank you so much for the stars. Anna will be going to Germany. Does West Beth have artist loft co-ops? I think they do. I think they still do, yes. West Beth, if anyone doesn't know, is a massive building after the entrance of the High Line where we started. It's a building that historically has been for artists. It's the mosquito time of day. It is. And I'm being rampantly bitten by the mosquitoes. They're having a feast upon my blood. Maybe that was a little bit too graphic. I'd go to my sister's house in Scotland. Oh, cool. You know, I would be taking the plane over to the UK. I think September would be the best time to visit Scotland. I have a feeling. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Let's go back down. Justine, you would go visit your brother in North Carolina. They probably leave a parking lot so they don't block the view of the Empire State Building. Maybe, I hope that's the case. It would be such a shame to block the view of the Empire State Building. So a lot of art galleries all around here. There's David Zwimmer, there's many others. So check out this area of Chelsea, lots of galleries. This sweet time I heard for the first time. So nice for you giving me the opportunity to see the city in details right now. And even we can ask you to zoom on something. Yes, you can, Elisa. For these videos, yes. Sometimes in my history videos, I just get to the point. But for these wanderings, which I call them, feel free to ask me within reason. Always happy to point the camera at any place. Save yourself, says Jackie. Why? Why, Jackie? Why do I have to save myself from the mosquitoes? It's okay. It's okay. It's not that bad. Luckily, there's no malaria. At least I hope, in New York City. Have you ever seen it this empty? I did, Dawn. When I first came to the High Line back in 2010, 2011, was one of the first times I came to the High Line. I actually came here on a date. And I came here around the same time. It was very empty. It was around this time. Cynthia, how do I get back home? I'm taking now the train. Yes, I have taken the train now. Elizabeth says any time is a good time to visit Scotland. Ran, you're watching from the Upper West Side. Oh, I'm glad you are, Ran. Welcome. Nathaniel's watching from Iowa, Cedar Rapids. Welcome. Residential Aftermath. You're watching from a small town in Oklahoma. Oh, nice to see you here. And when does the High Line close? The High Line closes at 8 p.m. now. On normal times, it would close a little bit later, at 11. I wish you could stop somewhere to spray mosquito bug spray. I don't have bug spray with me, unfortunately, so I have to endure the minor inconvenience of a bunch of mosquito bites. Yeah, I wish I had bug spray. They do spread disease. They do. I don't think here in New York, not so much, but Yeah. I would advise anyone if you're coming during sunset time. If you're in New York City, if you're going to any major park in New York City during sunset time, do wear mosquito repellent. That might be Bryant Park. You might be going to Central Park. If you're going to certain waterfronts, do wear mosquito repellent. Is that a cricket? It is. It is a cricket. Mosquitoes tend to like, Cynthia says, I attract mosquitoes. I heard they like type O. I'm not entirely sure about the blood type. I heard that before. They also like people who eat a lot of starch and sugar. And unfortunately, I did have a little bit of starchy sugar today. So, Rian, please correct me if I mispronounce your name. Rian, you say it's so quiet in here. It really is. It really is. A lot of these modern apartment buildings have nice outdoor areas. Graham, thank you so much for the stars. Do you work as a volunteer in some city projects like the High Line? No, I do not, Jose. I haven't done that. Haven't done that yet. Show us the mural. Oh, which one? This one? Okay, will do. Look at that. Oh, this is empty. They used to have movies over here where they would project down to here, and that was in the beginning of the High Line. And here we have the last stretch of the High Line. So let's sit down, let's relax a little bit. And kind of enjoy the views. Well, this is dark. It's very dark over here. But beautiful views. Look at that. Show you more of the mural. Let me know, what time is it now? What's for dinner, says Persevere? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Water time. I think it is water time. I'm going to put my camera down and go for a nice water. Her t-shirt says, I'm not interested in competing with anyone. I hope we all make it. That's a good message. 7:47. Dolores, I am towards Chelsea now. I'm in Chelsea. Jackie, thumbs up. 7:48. I've been to Los Angeles and Miami. Oh, cool, Nathaniel. I wish I could be in New York City right now. I'm glad I could show it to you virtually. I like New York City, how it combines traditional and modern architecture. Yeah, it's very unique. It's like Sion, but with an R. Gaelic for Ryan. Sion. I don't even know how to pronounce Sion, but Russian. Pardon my Gaelic. That's going to be a very tough challenge whenever I go to Ireland and also Scotland. They have also similar Gaelic words. Look forward to seeing the High Line and so much of my next mother-daughter trip, says Wendy. Your videos keep my excitement in our hearts. Thank you so much for your wonderful tours. My pleasure. And Wendy, you're watching from Fort Worth. Rian, thank you so much. Rian. That's much better. Rian. It's so cool. My very first live video, I'll show everyone, where, not my very first, but my, I think it was my second or third live video was here. Sean, I like the tones of the sky, me too. Where most of these buildings, at this area, most of the buildings are much after the High Line. Most of them were erected in the past 10 years. So here is where I had my first live video. I just placed the camera here, and it was so full on the summer day that you would see a constant rush of people, just people, one person after the other, after the other, after the other. It was so many people, one after the other. And some of you might have heard this story before, but as I was sitting here just doing a silent live, it wasn't any history, I wasn't even speaking. It was part of the company I was working for called Curbed, part of Vox Media, and it was just a stationary live video, kind of like a window to another world. And I was sitting here just waiting for the live to go for like an hour, and an older woman sat by me, and she was already around her early 80s, so she was like 82, 83, and she was walking around, and she told me, she asked me, what do I do? And I asked her, oh no, I'm making videos now of places outdoors. And she said, oh, I'm here visiting my daughter in New York City, kind of enjoying the city, and it's really nice to be here outdoors. It's really good that you have the opportunity to work outside. Enjoy as much as you can. And I asked her why, why would she say that? Because, usually people say, oh, stay in the office, work a good 9 to 5, be stable and secure. And her response was, she told me a story about how around in her early 70s, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. And she couldn't breathe too well. And she got lung cancer for working inside a small, stuffy office for most of her working life. And after being diagnosed, she just decided to start traveling the world. And at first she had to start traveling the world with a respirator in order to just keep breathing. But lo and behold, as she kept visiting all these parts around the world, and she told me she went to places like Tokyo and Mexico, all places around Europe, she said that she smelled some of the freshest air she ever had. And that kept her alive all the way until now, as she was speaking to me and visiting her daughter that same day. And that's why she said it was good to work outside, to not be stuck inside all the time. And I know a lot of us are in the position where we do have to work inside. But if you do have the option to work outside, maybe that might be a good decision. And after I had that conversation, it was actually recorded. You can slightly hear it as I am showing this very same view today. She ended up inspiring me to continue making Urbanist videos, to quit my job, because most of my job was indoors, to quit my job and just start making videos outdoors full time. So this is in honor of her. I hope she's still doing well. I hope she's still traveling. Working outside is fun until winter comes. Indeed, B. Griffin. I know it's not doable for everyone. Not privacy in those buildings. You have to be an exhibitionist to live here. Margaret says, great walk on the High Line. Dolores says, I've been hooked here ever since day one. Oh, I'm so glad you have been. Okay, I gotta start getting out. Let's walk outside. Hey. Agnes says, what an inspirational story. I'm so glad, Agnes. Yeah, definitely inspired me. And there we see there in the distance the skyscrapers of the High Line. We see this condominium is one of the few condominiums that is also sticking slightly above the High Line. Funny how random things spark you. Indeed, indeed. Sometimes you have the most random chance encounters. So here's 23rd Street. Seems like an accident took place. If I had a treadmill, I'd walk right along with you while watching these videos. Someone else, Joey, who's been watching, is doing that, which is very interesting. Aren't those conversations the best, genuine and open? I agree.
I'm good to close? Yeah? Okay.
Deb says, what a sweet woman have you encountered? Yeah, indeed. So I was literally the last person to get out. They are now fully closing up, and they do shoosh you away. Maybe not so obviously, but I didn't show it, but there was literally like 3 guards right behind me, hoping I would walk faster so they could get off of work. So yeah, they do shoosh you away. Shoo you away, I mean. Not shush you. Shush you would be... that would be a different place. Okay, let's so let me know. There's still interesting things to see around here. Let me know if you want to continue the live video for a little bit more. Press that heart button. Press that like button. Let me know if you want to continue the video. Maybe bump into some food. Let me know. Jose, thank you so much for the stars. Jackie says that was awesome. Me too, Jackie. I agree. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That was the High Line, ladies and gentlemen. A nice, calm walk. David on the High Line. I helped some German tourists, and we talked for quite a while. I've met many foreigners in the city, but have not been out of the Eastern Time Zone. Oh, I hope you get to visit outside the Eastern Time Zone. But it's so cool that you met people from all around the world. That's amazing to hear. Chance encounters can be the best, says James. A few years ago, I was walking the High Line. I had a great conversation with John Slattery, who played Roger Sterling on Mad Men and are both architecture buffs. That's so cool. I didn't know John Slattery was a fan of architecture. I love Mad Men. He's an awesome actor. That is amazing to hear. So here we have Don Giovanni Pizza. We have the famous mural from Cobra, the other guy we just recently talked about. Is Restoration Hardware near around here? I understand they have an awesome rooftop. Carmen, I actually never heard about it. Can you let me know what's the address? The intersection would be very helpful. That's very interesting. Anna, thank you so much for the stars. Jose, thank you for even more stars. Speaking of food, I'm going to make dinner. Wishing you all the wonderful evening, or whatever time it is, wherever you are, says Jackie. Jackie, I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Crystal says, love your videos. Found you through Here We Bar. Thanks for all your knowledge. My pleasure, Crystal. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're on 10th Avenue. We're on 10th Avenue. Carmen says, really appreciate this now. Does the pizza have outdoor seating? Yes, they do. Almost all the restaurants here have outdoor seating. Very rare restaurants are like takeout only. Hello, Darian. Welcome. Really appreciate this now that we can't travel. I need to share your videos with my dad. Yeah, Agnes. The more the merrier. Hello, my friend. Hello, Darian. Nice to see you. Is the boutique still open of the lady sponsored of the Highline? I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly. There is a gift store for the Highline. It's not open right now. Jackie says food with hard eyes. Laurette says yes, please continue. Kevin says by all means continue. So it's a bit dark. Hey Nathaniel, so glad you could tune in. Welcome. Robert, what do they sell at the gift store? All the standard things. Shirts, books, everything. That Double Decker is a coffee shop. So very close. At night it's like a bar. It's a bar. Wow, this is always full, this place. This is cook shop. And I've never seen it so, it's usually always full, so I haven't ever seen it empty. I was watching another Facebook Live person, and pizza place was so empty in New York, but saw no outdoor seating. So I thought they were only take-away pizza. In this case, no. This was a sit-down pizzeria. Some places are take-away pizzas. Yeah, it depends. All right, let's go to 9th Avenue. I think it'll be interesting to go 9th. Bernard, thank you so much for searching. You say that this apartment building is called the Lantern House. And yeah, it does kind of look like lanterns. Adamo, the night filming looks great. Oh, I'm glad people are able to see it clearly. I know it's a little bit tough to film at night, usually. And of course we have the wonderful light. Even in the darkness of nights, you will see the light of a bodega. Let's go to 9th Avenue. I think that's wishful thinking. What we're referring to. All the dogs out now. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people do walk their dogs at this time. And it seems like New York is returning to normality. It is, Julio. Yep. I'm doing this live video. You be the judge, but to me, it looks like it. A lot of things look better and better. Of course, you know, no one knows exactly for sure what the future is in store, but then again, right now at this very moment in time, things look okay. Is it safe where you're going? Jose, yes. So we are going to 9th Avenue. This is Chelsea. It's a very safe neighborhood. I always feel safe here at night. Usually there's a lot of life in restaurants. We're in the residential street right now, but just one more block over, we're gonna see more restaurants. So yeah, very safe. Ed, no, not at all. This is a very safe area. Virginia, I'm freezing a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure why there's kind of bad reception. Not entirely sure. New York's never been normal. In a way, yeah, that's true. Is it true that Midtown is unsafe in Manhattan right now? I wouldn't say unsafe. I would say it's empty. I'm not entirely sure if it being unsafe. I walked there at night, felt okay. Of course, when it comes to those neighborhoods that tend to be empty, yeah, just always practice normal type of caution. But otherwise, you're going to be okay. I think there's always a lot of fear that people tend to have, but New York City is generally a very safe city nowadays. And even in any city, you can even be in Tokyo, which is known as one of the safest cities in the world due to their very low crime rate. You can even be in Tokyo and you still have to practice good caution at night. So yeah, just don't walk with fear. I think if you walk with fear, you will attract more issues. Bernardo says 103 on YouTube. John, it says it's not what the news says. Yeah, I disagree with the news. I would say my experience does not match with what I'm hearing in the news. Hi, Gwen. I walked New York at night on my own. Midtown to downtown always felt safe, says Dolores. Yeah. Random question: is there a good late night eateries in Financial District? That starts getting a little bit tough. The Financial District isn't so vibrant right now at this very moment in time. So you're gonna be a little bit hard pressed to find a good place to have a late night bite. Thus, yeah, it's a bit tough. I would say Francis Tavern, their restaurant, which is called Porterhouse, is a pretty good place to grab a bite. Also good beer. Wait for the cyclist. Here's a speakeasy, and I think, yep, they have their speakeasy outside now. This is interesting. So they have their speakeasy outside. Vegan, you have to understand that there's no offices. Very few people are working in offices. So New York City is not the only place. A lot of major offices are working from home. So areas where it's mostly filled with offices, and this is normal, In London, you could go to the City of London. In Paris, you could go to La Défense area. Rome, there's the financial district. You can go to these neighborhoods. They're going to be empty because there's no work in office. So yes, that's why you'll be hard pressed to find a good restaurant at night in the financial district. It's not because New York City is dead, just because it is a global pandemic. People are working from home. New York City is not alone in this. Every other city is the same. Even in the pandemic, one would be more fearful about walking at night. Just thought so many people might feel that way. Oh no, not so much. Random question. Oh yeah, I already answered that. John, how are you sure this is not a loop stream? Because I'm responding to you, John, right now. That's how you know this is not pre-recorded. You are responding to you at this very moment in time. So no, this is not a loop stream. Oh, and here's my friends. They are enjoying. Hey, how's it going, man? Nice to see you again. I'm doing well.
It was not like
You guys, I'm actually doing a live video right now. Yeah. How's it going? This is my friend who runs the gelateria, Lolino. He does amazing gelato, one of the best gelaterias. It's so cool that you guys are having a hangout outside. Yeah. Oh, nice. You guys close early. Yeah.
You didn't earn this house. You didn't.
Oh, okay.
He's trying
Yeah.
to say that us Singaporeans are actually a very entitled nation.
Very out of touch with reality.
And I think that's a lot to unpack right now, but I think at the end of the day, we're very fortunate, very entitled, and beneficent
per day that works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
7:30, maximum 8,
I was not. I was like
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, that's not
very unimpressed.
It's much quieter this neighborhood at night.
Touching my hair.
Any good recommendations for food around here?
I had to
food around
educate
here.
everybody.
There is a good pizza place.
Ooh, which one?
Across the Whitney Museum.
Yeah.
Called Simon.
I mean,
Simon, oh, okay.
but in that
There
very
is
moment,
an Italian restaurant on 10 and 26. It's called Bottino.
Repeat that?
Bottino.
Butino on 10th and what?
On 10 and I think 26.
26.
At the corner of 21st,
Yeah.
at the corner there is this new restaurant, Canon,
Canon, okay.
Middle Eastern food.
No, Eastern
The
food.
owner is Palestinian.
Oh.
He makes every food.
Oh, interesting.
Very good, I like it.
Okay, I might try that place.
And I make even gelato for him.
Oh, you do. You sell gelato to him, so he sells it for dessert? Oh,
The fun thing that one day a customer of ours came and said, Lolo, you're too worried. Why are you too worried? I went to eat at Canon and they have an amazing gelato.
Yeah.
I said, you like it? Yeah, super. I made it. That's why.
That's amazing, man. Oh, so nice to see you again.
Okay,
I'm gonna continue walking, but
Okay,
we'll stay in
bye-bye.
touch. Have a good day. So that's my friend Lorenzo. I've featured him in a video about real Italian food in New York. He's not Italian American. He is Italian from Milan, and he makes great gelato. I wish it was open at night, but during the day, grab gelato here, Lolino. You can see my video called Real Italy in New York, Lolino. It shows you all the process of how they make food. I mean, how they make their gelato. And it's freshly made every single day with great ingredients. So they're not joking around. He recommended a restaurant here in the corner, Middle Eastern food. Maybe we should check it out. And great face masks. Yeah, great cat face mask. What he was saying is basically it's a bit emptier than usual. He doesn't like staying up too late, keeping the restaurant up too late, because there's not that many customers at night during this time, especially for gelato. So he's choosing to close a little bit earlier. And basically that's what he said. Yeah. Iowa cases are increasing rapidly. Oh no, that's so sad to hear. I hope things are okay here in New York. I hope it doesn't get too bad. Let me see this restaurant. I think this was a place. Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, this is the place. Whoa. Crazy expensive. I appreciate my friend's recommendation, but that's a bit too expensive for my taste. Let's continue walking around. Let me know if you have any questions. We're just wandering around. There's no goal, there's no agenda, no aim. So I hope you enjoy the nice, quiet nightly stroll. And of course, yes, no politics in the comments. Thank you, Justine, for reminding others. No politics in the comments. I don't cover politics here on Urbanist. There's countless awesome websites for political talk. I'm not the one. The people who watch these videos, no, this is not a political place. You can go to a bunch of other different wonderful groups and pages. Let's continue walking around.
Because they were like,
Howie says, slicing the Coke, done. Indeed. We love eating on the street, says Sam. Why do office buildings in Hudson Yards look illuminated if no one's working? It's a standard in New York. They tend to illuminate office buildings nonetheless. I disagree, Ed. It's a public health issue, first and foremost. Public health. Did I watch the David Blaine stunt? No, I did not. I did not at all. I did not. What happened? Was it good? Continue walking. Let me continue walking this way. Hey, Talented, nice to see you. Been watching you about a week. Love the channel. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for watching it, Talented JB. Can you buy alcohol 24/7? Yes, I think. As far as I know, yes. But please correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, yes. I think there's liquor stores open till very late night. Though, yeah. Though I personally never tried buying a bottle of liquor at 4 a.m. So I can't speak 100% sure. Me, I'm heading completely directionless. I really don't have any kind of direction. Kind of just showing around. Let's try to remember this evening when you're walking there in February. Indeed, Don. I hope things get better. Belfast is the same. Even at weekends, bars and restaurants are closing at midnight the latest. Wow, that's pretty early. How do we... Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, the David Blaine stunt was awesome. He ascended to almost 25,000 feet with a bunch of balloons. That is impressive. That is impressive. The streets look clean. They really are clean. Really great. Really great work in cleaning the streets over here. Huberto, ¿tú te sientes seguro más tarde a tu casa? Tal vez solo en el tren. Sí, me siento bien seguro cuando estoy aquí solamente caminando, y en el tren está bien. Cierra el tren a la 1 a.m. Por la tarde me siento bien seguro porque ahora muchos de los trenes tienen cámaras y hay mucha seguridad en trenes. So Huberto asked, do you feel safe taking the train at night, going home? And I do, because a lot of trains here now have security cameras. There's more surveillance in trains. So I do feel safe because of surveillance. Yeah, I feel safe. Ed, no worries. Just I ask everyone to respect the no politics rule. This is a place to distract, to enjoy something else beyond the news. There's plenty of news outlets one can see. There's plenty of Facebook groups where you can discuss politics in depth. There's Reddit groups. And there's other live streamers who cover more politics. But for this is a nice break from that. If you enjoy it or if you don't, regardless, it's a nice break from that. This is a funky house. Where am I from, Julio? Julio, I am from Puerto Rico. My family's from there. I was born there. I was raised here in New York. And that's why I know Spanish. José, yo sé español porque mi familia es de Puerto Rico. Yo nací ahí, me creí aquí en Nueva York, pero cuando me creí aquí estaba alrededor de muchos otros hispanos. Rosalind, you're watching from Scotland. There's no camera in train or train station. There is, Jose. Here there is. That house is so freaking cool. And that was decoration. There's AK climbing buildings again. Action Kids climbing buildings. Oh, cool. Okay, everyone. So let me show you. Let's see. That's a house. That house is the kind of thing I love. Boricua is cool. Yes, indeed, Jose. Gracias por mirando. Ooh, gluten-free pasta and pizza. Just one. Take it. Yeah.
Regular water?
Yeah, sparkling, please.
Sparkling.
Thank you. All right, so here we are at a random place. I saw gluten-free pizza. It struck my eye. And I'll show you the menu soon. All right, let's check it out. Ed says, have a drink of water on me. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. Jose, so you say it's too expensive of food. That's the case here in Chelsea. You're going to encounter very expensive food. You sure do love pizza. It struck my fancy. It looked like a nice place to visit, so yeah. And yeah, it's always going to be the case. It's usually always expensive here in Chelsea. It's due to the neighborhood. That's why that Mediterranean restaurant had prices that were $30 or more. Nutella pizza, yuck. And Ed says, nice mask, thank you. And do they make their own crust? I think they do. Apparently they do. Let's try it out. We're gonna try. Ooh, which one should we try? Let's see. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much.
Then this working. But
Ooh.
basically all day. Today was, I mean, it was raining anyways, so I took the long walk for that.
All right. Okay, cool. So,
It's a lot of
margarita. I'm going for the classic margarita. Jesse, you loved my tours. Watched my coffee shop episode the other day. So good. I'm so glad you enjoyed my coffee shop episode. If you're watching for the first time, I do a lot of other videos that are about just shorter. They are edited, so you can get more of a quicker look at the top places for food and drink. And they got hot dog and potato chips. Not here. Not here. Just it's very Italian. And hope you have brought your credit card. Indeed, I did. And someone sent a super chat. Thank you so much. Anonimo. Thank you so much. PEN. I'm not sure what that currency is, but thank you so much for the super chat. And I like your shirt. Oh, thank you so much, Caroline. So feel free to ask me any questions. We're going to finish off with a nice pizza. Let's see how it is. I'm randomly bumping into it. This opened in 2016, so let's try it out. Sometimes I like trying things randomly. However, if you want to take a little bit less of a risk, use Google Maps. Google Maps always has great recommendations. Yelp is also pretty good as well. And maybe you have to answer this, but do you have to keep do they try to keep some empty tables with outdoor seating, or seated at the back at the tables? I'm not entirely sure what exactly you're asking, Virginia, but if it's full, it's full. So then they'll start taking names, and you have to wait till be seated. I think a lot of places are doing either reservation online if they get really popular, or they get your phone and call you. And where did I get my mask? It's smart_glamour. And I've been to a good restaurant at Riverside Park. Oh, cool. Which one? Let me know. And pide la Fort Formaggio. Ooh. Let's see what the Fort Formaggio is. Fort Formaggio actually looks good. It's gorgonzola, mozzarella, parmigiana, and ricotta. might be
just,
good.
Like, the fact that I'd be working a lot with extra.
And
It's
all right,
very
so let's all order the 4 formaggio.
people who want to, even though I don't end up doing a lot of extra work as consultants, at least not as management
I'll
consultant.
have the 4 formaggio, please.
4 formaggio, you got it.
Pizza, thank you.
Thank you.
And some sparkling water. Eddie, where's your better half? I'm not married. Station Ariel, I went to London last week and the underground train was 25% full. It's the same case here. So I'm not shocked that it's 25% full in London, which seems so strange. It's because most people are working from home, and they are. Same thing here in New York City. So the trains are 25%, a lot less people. Hence, that's why it's not so bad taking the train right now. Have you been to Balbasota in Hudson? No, Lori, have not been to Balbasota. And Jacqueline, welcome. And Brenda, I ate out for the first time here in Maine. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to eat out in Maine. You had a lobster roll at the dock in Booth Bay. Brenda, that is one of the best lobster rolls I ever had. Did you go to 5 Towns? Was that the name of the lobster place? 5 Ports? I forgot the name. It was 5 something. And so good that you ate out. And some tourists. Are there many tourists here? I can't really tell.
4 season pizza, right?
The 4
4 cheese.
4 cheese, yeah. Thank you. I can't really tell if there are tourists here. There might be a lot of tourists from Queens or from New Jersey or from Connecticut. And the view from Dumbo a few nights back was great, like tonight also. Hopefully we're out with you just for a stroll. Graham, yes, I was strolling just before, but now we're ending the video with a good pizza. And someone asked, I love pizza. I don't know, this just struck my fancy. It's a bit tough sometimes going to, especially in Chelsea, if you go to other restaurants, the place could get very expensive for just regular food. And personally, I rather walk a little bit longer to another neighborhood to have like a different type of food, maybe a salad or a rice bowl or fish or something like that. But Chelsea, I wouldn't really usually eat out. And Five Islands. Thank you so much, Brenda. That in Georgetown is where you were. Okay, cool. So it was a different area. But Booth Bay, I remember Booth Bay. And I'm living in Boston. The city is dead. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Well, we are under a global pandemic. So the restaurant name is Zia Maria. Zia Maria in 23rd Street and 6th and 8th Avenue. 23rd and 8th. Judith, welcome. Nice to see you again. And Max, Chelsea Market is open. And are you seated? Yes, I am. Nina, 2 hours? Oh, yes. 2-hour live stream. It's dead down here because everyone went to Maine. Yeah, Chelsea is a bit dead. My friend who you met earlier randomly, Lorenzo, he was having drinks with friends, but he said that there's very few people here. A lot of people in Chelsea have indeed moved to other places or just went on a summer vacation to the Hamptons or somewhere nearby. That's not so much the case in other neighborhoods like Williamsburg or East Village, where people have stayed. So it depends on the neighborhood. ¿En conoces Los Ángeles? José, un poquito. Yo fui a Los Ángeles solo una vez y me encantó. Estaba bien bueno, bien buena comida. I did go to Los Angeles only once, and it was a really good place. Thank you, Jose. And Bernardo says 100 YouTubers and 67 watching. Oh, cool. So glad. We're getting a lot of people on YouTube. That's so cool. And are we able to see this on Rewind? Yes, Rhonda. All my live videos are available for Rewind. I have more than 2,000 live videos in total from more than 13 different cities around the world, all on Facebook. On YouTube, there's less because I only started 2 months ago. Cake Boss still in business? I don't think so. I don't think Cake Boss is in business. And Lucia, you're from Brazil. Welcome. I can't wait to visit, but I'll see you one day. And how's the LES? So here's pretty empty. Chelsea is pretty quiet. LES is quite the opposite. LES has a lot of life. That would probably be a better place to hang out at night than here. It depends whether you want quiet or not, but if you want something a little bit more lively, LES is the best place to go, which is Lower East Side. Jose says, have a good time with pizza. I will, Jose. And Jesse, you missed the House of Yes. I might have to do a walk through Bushwick, a wander through Bushwick, because I wonder how Bushwick is at night or towards the evening or on a Saturday. Let me know if you're interested in a wander through Bushwick, Brooklyn. And my son and I are new. Rhonda, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll show you around after the vice calms down in Hollywood, Florida. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully I'll soon cover Florida. Luisa, I do no politics on this channel. Plenty of other channels you can discuss politics. What's your favorite music venue? For me personally, it's oh no, haven't been in music venues in quite a while. I used to go a lot more when I was in my early 20s. I would say I really like Music Hall of Williamsburg, but if I were to go to anywhere for music, I prefer to do it outdoors. So I love Governor's Ball. Governor's Ball is in Randall Island, and it's amazing music festival. So when things get back to normal and they start music festivals again, it might be 2022 or 2023. Highly recommend going. Graham, thank you so much for the walk. My pleasure, Graham. And love Bushwick, says Justine. I mean, that outdoor seating, I thought that with outdoor seating they would want to have one table with people empty. Okay. So Virginia, I'm still not entirely sure what you're asking, but if you're asking about the spacing, it is spaced out. So we're about 6 feet away from each table. It's spaced out. It's spaced out, yeah. It's pretty spaced out. Okay, I'm gonna move one table down. Table is shaking. All right. So one of the challenges of doing a live video is, especially in restaurants, is if you're sitting to multiple people, it gets a little bit hard to speak to a camera. So pardon the interruption. I am 6 feet tall. Okay. Better background. Oh, I'm glad you think so. And I like Bowery Ballroom in Brooklyn. Oh, so cool, Jeremy. I'm so glad you do. Okay, so let me know, what's your favorite venue? Has anyone been in a venue before in New York City? Excuse me, in New York City for? Bernard said, "Whoa, Bernard, whoa." appreciate it, Bernard. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So Bernard, today's dinner is sponsored by Bernard. So everyone press that heart button for Bernard. Give Bernard some thanks. People like Bernard and everyone else who send stars, super chatters, star senders, supporters, and patrons. You keep the show thriving and moving forward, so I can keep showing you different places and different food. Sometimes spontaneously trying new food. So Bernard, thank you so much. Bernard says, I got your dinner, man. Well, most of it, maybe. I think you got my dinner. Yeah, you do. In this case, you do. As always, thank you for your great time, enthusiasm, and great tours. Wish I could pay what your worth is every time. We creators and artists should always be compensated. Thank you so much, Bernard. I really appreciate that. That is amazing. Everyone give Bernard a good round of applause for doing that. That's amazing. And of course, I appreciate everyone else. I know not everyone can contribute, so that's okay. So glad you can tune in. So glad you can comment and chat and learn history if you just watch the history videos. I appreciate everyone, but yeah. The people who do contribute, thank you so much. Extra thank you. And in terms of artists being compensated, it's tricky. It's these platforms always don't make it the easiest to monetize in the beginning. Though if you reach a certain point, then it becomes very fruitful. So yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Bernard must be related to the Rockefellers. You know, Rockefeller, I talked about him earlier. He was actually really well known for giving lots of charity. He gave away almost half of his fortune. He is known as a ruthless businessman, but he indeed did give a lot to people. And some places I've seen of New York Facebook Lives have congested outdoor seating. Yeah, Virginia, so here not so much. There's space. I'll show you one more time. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space, you see? A lot of space. A lot of space between people. Some tables here are a little bit closer, so here we're maybe 4 feet. So if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. You can request to be seated somewhere a little bit farther away if there's enough seating. If they're not, don't worry. Go to another restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants open. It's not that bad in certain areas. So you can go to another restaurant and ask to be seated pretty far away from people, which I personally do. I'm very good health, so I don't feel so afraid of the pandemic, and I'm grateful for having that privilege to be able to walk around and not feel so anxious. But I myself also sometimes request to sit pretty away from people because, yeah, some restaurants are not respecting the spaciousness rule, but most are, and you always could be accommodated if you need to, usually. Next year, good Italian festivals. Oh, crossing fingers. Hopefully next year you'll be seeing some Italian festivals. He had to buy back his reputation using clever PR stunts. Who are you referring to, John? Are you referring to David Blaine? What will happen with outdoor seating once the weather gets cooler? I don't know. Indoor dining might not resume till next spring. It's kind of a smart move. From my understanding, and again, this is not a show about science, so do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But from what I understand, the disease spreads a lot more in cooler, humid weather and air conditions. What's cool and humid? Air-conditioned rooms, and it doesn't have any draft. So there's no air. There's very little air circulation in indoor restaurants here in the U.S. It's not like in Paris, where an indoor place you have wide open windows. Not so much here in New York. Maybe this one. This one has wide open windows, which is good. But that's not this is the exception rather than the rule. So let's see what happens in October. All I know is I probably will continue outdoor dining if things continue to be okay, even in October. But then in November and December, it's not so pleasant. In the world where you can be anything, says Station to Station, you want, be kind. That's good advice, Station to Station. Thanks. Thanks all the, wait, I'm not seeing the comments, okay. Thanks and excuse all the typos. LOL, Ariel makes tours as awesome as you know, and they make my life. And what will happen with outdoor dining? I already answered that. Bernardo says cough, 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 elbow, cough, cough, cough. Next year, good Italian festivals. In the UK, we have the Rothschilds. Rothschilds are a little bit more complicated figures. You made our walking tour, says Jose. You made our walking tour, Benal, says Jose. Benal, thank you, says Debbie. And yeah, so cool. All right, I'm so excited for this pizza. What a shame, Mary Jane. Welcome. Mary, I will be reaching out to you very soon. What a shame, Mary Jane. So if no one knows, I'll answer your question right now soon, Mary Jane. If no one knows, Mary Jane is an excellent YouTuber. Talks about how to explore cities on a budget and so many other things. Let me sanitize my hands. And she ended up covering like Sand Island and other places that are much farther away by bike. So highly recommend check out What a Shame Mary Jane, one of the top YouTubers I like and I've collaborated with. Now, you might be seeing another collaboration with me and What a Shame Mary Jane about Italian pizza. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. So Mary Jane asked, do you think they'll continue outdoor dining in the winter? I don't know. Heat lamps can only warm up so much. Let me know if anyone lives in the Nordic country. I'm sure the UK might not go through this too tough, but because they have a little bit milder winters than we do. But I think if you are living in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, or Finland, you're probably encountering winters similar to what we do. A little bit worse in certain areas of Scandinavia. So let me know, in that area of Scandinavia, if anyone's from there, what do they do during winter? Do they eat outdoors? And a lot to wait for pizza. Yeah, it's a bit of a long wait. You know, in New York City, it's not as fast to make pizza when you go to a sit-down restaurant as it is in, say, Italy. In Naples, they'll bring out that pizza in like 2 minutes because they make it so quickly. So my theory is that we'll try to do heat lamps, but then again, a lot of restaurants probably cannot afford to do heat lamps, and a lot of people won't be willing to sit down outdoors freezing. If you can look at my older videos, it's very hard to sit outdoors during the winter. I do it, but it's with a warm cup of coffee, and I don't sit for too long. Jamie, that's for a different video, very different video. Maybe one day when I go to England again. We'll need to check out What a Shame Mary Jane, cool name. Yeah, she's on YouTube. Yes to the video of outdoor pizza. It'll be Italian pizzas, so Roman style and Naples style, not New York style. It'll be all Italian style pizzas, like we're trying to here today. And What a Shame Mary Jane had a pain at the party. Song by the Beatles, yeah, it's a great song by the Beatles. And you didn't care for this morning's balloon stunt from Blaine, John Stark? I thought it was pretty amazing. And we need all New York superhero names for you all. Yeah, indeed. Even better. Jesus is making me hungry. It is. It's quite a long wait for pizza. The people right next to us got it way earlier. Good to hear that we're going to do eat Ariel. I look forward to Italian pizza for once. And Mary Jane, I actually bumped into a very good Roman-style new pizzeria in Upper West Side. That's right next to my other favorite Roman-style pizzeria, and owned by two Italians straight from the plane. One from Calibri, and the other one from Milan, and it was absolutely delicious. Julio, thank you for letting us know. So Julio says, here in Uruguay, we are in winter. The food places allow us to eat inside. Oh, cool. So yeah. John says, my superhero name would be the... All right, John, play nice. Play nice, John. Play nice. Play nice. I won't repeat that. Chakra says your channel is my favorite. I'm so glad I'm your favorite. Glad to be. Okay. So rather than... Oh, here's coming. Thank you so much. Amazing.
Okay, I give me one play, okay?
Yes, that would be
Okay,
great.
thanks.
Looks nice. It's pretty hot. Let me show it.
Okay, sir.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Okay.
Amazing. So there it is, 4-cheese pizza. Looks nice. Looks nice. Looks okay. So this is $20, $19. If anyone wants to know the price. Let's try it out. Let's see. All right, let's try it out. It is very, very cheesy. Whoa, look at that. That is cheese on top of cheese on top of cheese. Mary Jane says that it would be 6 to 7 euros in Italy. Oh yeah, and even cheaper because when I went to Naples, they were like two euros. So yeah, this is very good. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for this type of pizza. Very good. It's more like very freshly made New York pizza. It has good good cheese on it. It doesn't taste very Italian style. The bread is very similar to like New York style. So even though it might look like an Italian place, it's more kind of like a New York style pizza. Very fluffy. Very fluffy ricotta cheese. Very fluffy ricotta cheese. And it has some blue cheese on it as well. So very interesting combination of cheeses. I like it. It's good. The bread is so interesting. Look at how kind of, I'm not sure how you would describe this, but you can see it has these tiny little like crumbs. Very interesting. It's something I really haven't encountered. So Virginia, you say, is that €2 in Europe for a pie or a slice? If you're in Naples, €2, $2.50, maybe 3 maximum for a pie this size in Naples. Crazy inexpensive in Naples. If you go to other parts in Italy, like Rome, yeah, you're looking maybe, as Mary Jane said, €6 to €7. So yeah, that's the difference. This might need some oregano. Yeah, it has some blue cheese. And 23rd and 8th Avenue, that's correct. And are you scared of Ellen DeGeneres? I don't know nowhere near much about her. I don't like her show too much, personally. Just her daytime show. Never been a fan. Do you have a favorite bagel in BK? My favorite bagel place in Brooklyn is Bergen Bagels in the Iceberg Heights. It's a great bagel shop. Highly recommend it. Right next door is a donut plant. It's a great combination. Grab coffee at Hungry Ghost. You have yourself a breakfast feast. They're all right next door to each other. So Bergen Bagel. I also like Schmockies. It's a very hard one to pronounce. I'm not entirely sure of the name. Well, it starts with the S. I think it's Schmockies. And it's like in Borum Hill. That's also really good. Yeah. That's why the bread is very unique. So Dorothy says that these crumbs would be semolina in dough. Makes it delish. I agree. Yeah. It was a very interesting texture. Yep. Wow. So at the end, the cheese is like very juicy. So they use some mozzarella that's very juicy. Jesse, Jesse asks, do you normally go to Bagelsmith? I'll go check it out next time. Bagelsmith, yeah, it's good. I've been to them for late night bites. So after going to like a crazy concert in Music Hall Williamsburg, I would go to like Bagelsmith. And they've been great for a late night bite because they're open until like 12 or something like that, or sometimes later, like 1 a.m. So I like them for that. I haven't had them, I can't tell you I've had them sober. Are you to eat the whole pie? I think I'm gonna eat most of the pie, yeah. I'm gonna eat the whole pie. I'm pretty hungry. And yes, 23rd and 8th Avenue. It is. And I'm good. Must stop at CMB this weekend. Oh, interesting. CMB, Mary Jane has a personal connection to CMB. I think that is the place that Mary Jane. I'm not sure she would want me to tell in person, but I mean, out loud. But yeah. Don, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate it. Hot. Yeah, it's a bit hot. Now it's cooling down. And if they continue outdoor dining in winter, I'll be frozen. Oh yeah. But sometimes you just gotta let it go. Let it go. Okay, cool. Okay, so Mary Jane is okay with me mentioning it in public. So Mary Jane's husband is the owner, I think, the owner or the manager of CMB, known as one of the best places for breakfast sandwiches in New York City, which I still yet have to try. Where Shane Mary Jane says I have to come out and try it. Okay, I will do, Mary Jane, I will do. And do you feel uncomfortable eating in front of the camera? Some people don't like it. I do. I've had 4 years of experience. And so I do at this point. Yeah. I used to not eat full meals on camera. I used to eat like a tiny little meal or a snack. But starting last year when I covered more of the food in Rome and in Paris and in Puerto Rico, I just loved doing these videos. And I think a lot of people also love them. So yeah, I feel comfortable eating on camera. And your husband is the owner, manager, and chef. Yes. And will you do these videos in the middle of winter? Yes, I will, Jesse. Hopefully I'll be able to travel by then. And what's a water trick? Okay. I already ate dinner, but now I want another dinner, so it's Justine. All right. That's so good. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna stay live for like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to all the super chatters, the star senders, the patrons, and the supporters, supporting both on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks to Bernard, who sponsored this meal today. 4 cheese formaggio pizza in Zia's. What's the name? Zia's on 23rd Street and 8th Avenue. Nice ambiance, pretty good pizza. And thank you so much for sponsoring this food stop, Bernard, and everyone else for commenting. If you haven't supported, it's okay. Thank you for commenting and watching and lending your experiences and lending your interesting insights. And it's a libation to the traveling gods. Ooh, interesting. What are you referring to, B. Griffin? And thanks so much for the video, says Residual Aftermath. My pleasure, Residual Aftermath. Thank you so much for tuning in. Very good cheese that they use. I must admit, this is a good cheese. Have a wonderful evening, everyone on the virtual tour. My pleasure. John says that Mary Jane's superhero name is Mary Payne. That's good. That's good. I like that. I approve of that. All right. Let's finish this slice. And thank you everyone so much for tuning in. This is a good song. It makes me feel like I'm in a Quentin Tarantino movie or a Fellini film. If anyone's seen the Fellini film, let me know in the comments. Am I doing a video, live videos now twice a day? Sometimes. The scheduled live videos are every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. These are bonus, so they're not scheduled. But if you want to see a video, you will see them every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. These ones are just bonus. So I can't assure you if I do them or not. But no, fret not. You'll see them every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Stay tuned tomorrow Thursday around 5:30 p.m. I will be doing a live video with Action Kid. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.